It's part of the negative things that we have. Each country has its white and dark side, and also us as humans, we have our dark side and our good side. So okay, it's true, or it's kind of true, but
Hi, welcome back to Women in Talk. Today, I have my dear friend as my special guest, Maria Fernanda or Mafe, and today we're going to discuss about a Colombian living in France. So, stay tuned. Hi, Mafe. How are you?
hello, Kanisha. Really, really good. I'm very happy to be here with you. And how are you?
Thank you. And I'm fine. Thank you. So, what's the situation currently there in France?
Well, right now it's kind of complicated because we had a very relaxed summer. We could go abroad and go on vacations, but now the contamination cases start to increase again. So we are kind of waiting, but basically we're waiting. We don't know what will happen.
Oh, how do you cope?
Well, basically, what helped me to go through this period or this lockdown period that in France, or at least for me, was of about 3 months. Was to be very close to God. I'm Catholic, and I have a really close relationship with God. And what helped me a lot was to pray every day and to keep hope and to be sure that God was with me and that He will give me the
That's
strength.
really nice. So, where do you live actually in France?
So now I'm living in a small city called Saint-Malo in the Brittany region of France. It's a really small city, but I love it because everything is close. Here I walk to go to my work, to go to the supermarket, and it's really nice. It's really nice. It's also close to Rennes. That is the city where both of us met and studied. So, of course, you know it.
So, who exactly came from in Colombia?
I came from Medellin, Colombia. Most of people will know this city because of the series Narcos in Netflix, unfortunately. But basically, yes, I come from the city.
I see. Or do you have experienced any stereotypes as a Latina or a Colombian while you're living in France?
Well, of course, that happens. That happens every time. Basically, with the stereotype of the cocaine country, or every time that they say I'm from Colombia, they say narcos. They make allusion to the series that they have seen in Netflix, and this is not very nice because it's part of a story. This really happens, but Colombia is not that. So basically, I always take this opportunity to say, no, this is not Colombia. This is part of our history, but Colombia is much more than that. And I take advantage of this situation to show and to mention, sorry, all different good things that we have in Colombia, like the music, like the culture, that the different natural places that we have to visit, etc. So I turn it into a positive way instead of living or staying in that negative point.
So what about like living there? Like I bet there's a lot of cultural differences, like from the food or even how they greet people. Like, were you shocked at that time, like the first time you arrived in France?
Yes, of course. There are. I will. I I think that there are not so many cultural differences, but yes, there are some. So the first one that shocked me a lot when I came here is the fact that a lot of women smoke. Here in Colombia, it's not the case, and here you can see very small girls smoking, and this really shocked me at the beginning. Also, the fact that French people is at first or at the beginning of the relationship with you, they're cold, they're more distant. They don't like a lot to things to tell personal things about them. So this was also a little bit shocking because, as I said before, in Colombia we are very open. We like to interact. We like to tell personal things about us. So yes, at first it was kind of difficult to know questions were good to ask or not, because you didn't know if the person in front of you will take it badly. So that was a little bit difficult. And finally, another thing was the fact that they don't express love very frequently. I mean, like, they won't say I love you. We, for example, in Colombia, Latinos in general, we express every time to our friends and family that we love them, we like to hug them, and things like that. And here is not the case.
Like, why do you choose France in the first place?
Well, the decision to come in France was motivated from my French classes that I started to take when I was in high school. So I took some classes with a French professor. So he started to show me all the French culture, all the yes, he made me discover France. And then I fall in love with the country, with the culture, with the language. And I said it will be a great opportunity to be there, to live the experience of living abroad, and also to study, to finish my studies. Because actually I studied management engineering in Colombia. And when I came in France, I was just finishing my studies in Colombia. And what I made here was a master in international finance. So it was mainly to focus my career, but I had already finished my university in Colombia.
I see. What's the most difficult living abroad, especially living alone?
The most difficult thing is being far from the family, from home. Yes, that's the more difficult thing. But at the end, you realize that in the time of our life, of life that we are, we can allow ourselves to do this. Is the time to experience, to travel, to be abroad, and our parents understand that it's something that we need to do for ourselves and for our future also.
I came here, like, is there anything that you hope you know then?
To be honest, no, because I really made my research before traveling. So I really had a notebook with different things, cultural things, places, etc. So that it helped me a lot, and that will be an advice that I will make to other people that are thinking to going abroad, is to make some research before traveling.
Like, okay, have you ever thought, like, when you arrive in France, like, they will always refer to this Netflix series?
Yes, I think that I already know. Oh, yes, I think that unfortunately, this kind of information is the one that is available for everyone in the world. I mean, a series like Narcos. So basically, we can blame people to have this image of Colombia because at the end is the information that they have. So basically, I was not surprised, but as I said before, I took each opportunity to show the positive things of Colombia from their stereotype. Well, the only thing that I did at one time is to say like Colombia is not cocaine. That Germany is Hitler. It's not that. It's part of history, but Germany is not Hitler. It's not like that. You can generalize, and that was the only time where I kind of fight
Okay.
with someone.
But it doesn't happen often, or because normally you will alter it to positive things, right?
Yes, yes. No, now that doesn't happen often because, for example, at work people know me already, so they know already a lot of things of Colombia that I have told them. And that is also cool because they have started to change the image that they had from Colombia. And some of them are also interested to travel to Colombia and to discover my country, and that makes me really happy.
I really like the point that you said. You don't really blame people of this and that because that's what are available to them. And when was the moment that you just realize it's not their fault actually, like not 100% their fault?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Well, it was when I was living here. Is in the period that I have been living here that I realized that, and also in the moment that I start talking with people about Colombia. So when you start to talk about the positive things, you start to show pictures of Colombia, about the food, about the different natural places to visit. They are really interested. You know that they're happy to discover these kind of things, but that they had that image just because is something that they had seen about Colombia, not because they have other elements to judge.
Okay, I see.
So
So you have a high tolerance.
well, I have developed that living here because I think that you have the same feeling that when you live abroad, you open your mind and you start to be more tolerant and more patient, and you also realize that you also had different stereotypes of different cultures. Because, for example, when we were in a school that was an international school with different nationalities, I don't know if that happens to you, but it happens to me to say, for example, this is I don't know, a Chinese girl. I thought that Chinese people were like that, but actually no, they're this way, and it's very good. So you actually also realize that you had stereotypes that were not true. So you can't blame others to have stereotypes about you when you also have stereotypes about them. So it's basically to understand that will helps you to be tolerant.
Nice. We realized later on that there's something that we need to educate ourselves. Like stereotype doesn't happen to everyone, right?
Yes, of course. It's also the important thing, I think, is to be open and to give us the opportunity to get to know the other person, like not let stereotypes to stop us, like to guide our actions, but to move forward our yes, to go forward and get to discover and to know the other people.
Exactly, exactly. Because sometimes when they know the stereotype is like this, they will like limit themselves, right? Like they would have less interest. However, when we got to travel or live abroad, it actually changed our perception, right?
Indeed, it's incredible, and it's one of the things that I have loved the most, and is the global perspective that and the open mind, if we can say it like that, that we start to build and to have. That is really it's a perception more tolerant, as you said, and that basically helps us to interact with people around the world without judgment, without so many stereotypes. So it's kind of great, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like, as you've explained as well, I feel like stereotype somehow it is like inevitable as well, right? But we just need to understand the bigger picture, like you said. It's just because it's available on the media and the people consume this media or this film or other things that makes them think that this country is this thing or this person, because of this they're this, you know.
Exactly.
So
It's just understand that, and I think that something that works very well and that has worked for me is, like I said before, take this opportunity to turn it into positive and to say no, Colombia is this, and show the different good things that we have, instead of staying fighting about the negative points that they're saying. You can turn it into positive, and it will be
yeah.
nicer like that.
So what message do you want to convey to empower the other women when they will live abroad or they're preparing to live abroad right now, especially for example to France?
Well, I will say, be confident. Be confident. Trust in your projects. Trust you. No matter what other people will tell you, stay focused on your plan. I think that if you have a clear plan or a clear project, life project or professional project, and you move forward looking and being focused on that, everyone else can say and do whatever they want, but you will be focused on your thing, on your project. So basically my message will be, trust in yourself and have a clear project.
Okay.
That's very important, because if you don't know what you want, no one else will know it. And if you do not know what you want, it will be more easier for others to influence you or to make you believe that your project or what you are is not valuable. So first you have to be sure about yourself, about what you want, and once you have that, everyone else can say what they want, and that won't affect you because you will be clear on what you want to achieve. That's the message.
Nice. And what about, like, for example, when a message to someone when they got attacked or like they feel like, for example, like in your case about narcos. So what do you try? What's your main message to them? Like how to stay positive?
Well, what I would say is to apply the same strategy that I use. That is to turn it into positive. Turn it into positive. It's like to just say yes, okay, that happened. It's part of the negative things that we have. Each country have its white and dark side, and also us as humans, we have our dark side and our
Yeah.
good side. So okay, it's true, or it's kind of true, but I let me show you the nice things. So I would say turn it into positive, and you will see that the reaction of others will be really good, and they will be more than pleased to hear you.
So basically, when we got offended by someone, we just first accept it and let it to turn it to positive, right?
Yes, exactly. It's like to don't take it personal. Like, not, it's not an attack to you, but it's because it's the information that they had, because it was available, so they make those ideas in their mind, but it's not against you. It is the first, or the main key, I will say it, is to do not take it personal, and then turn it into positive.
Nice one. Don't take it personal. Exactly. I like it. So, like, is there any female inspiration?
My female inspiration is my mom, is my mother. She's an amazing woman. She worked during all her life. She was an executive in big companies in Colombia, but she was also really, really present in our education. She was always by our side, and and for me it's incredible how she managed to have a balance between her professional life and her family life without compromising any of two of them. If we talk about recognized or more known woman, I like a lot Eleanor Roosevelt.
Mhm.
I think that she was a revolutionary woman for her time. She changed the role of the first lady, like the things that the first lady were supposed to do, because before that, the first ladies were just like to be pretty next to his husband, and just to look nice and stay at home with kids. And she started to really work for human rights, women's rights, and she showed that we are capable to be in managing places, and to have big responsibilities. So I like her also a lot. And there's a quote
Okay.
that I yes, that I live by. Wait, yes. And that helps me a lot also when I'm not very happy or motivated. And it's, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of its dreams.
Okay.
So I repeat, to make it more conscious. So the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of its dreams. So basically, I think that this goes really in line with what I said before. That is, you have to believe first in your dreams. And then when you have this clear, everyone else can say whatever they want. You won't be affected, because you believe in your dreams, in the beauty of your dreams. And the future will belong to you because of that, because you believe in your dreams and you believe in your projects.
Wow.
Yes, this is
Great,
something that I wanted to share with you.
great one. Thank you. So nice talking with you, Mafe.
I thank you to you.
I hope we're going to meet again next year or when the border is open to travel.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so. Well, and I would like to finish, if you allow me, with something,
Yes.
and that also it's aligned or in relation with our talking today. And it's mainly that I'm working on a project with a Colombian friend to know the Colombian culture and Colombia through a coffee and chocolate of a specialty that came from Colombia. The brand is Amàre.
Amare. Amare. Is it hot? No.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
is exactly that. The idea is to make also different groups, for example, in restaurants or something like that, to have the time to take a cup of coffee and talk of Colombia, of the coffee, of the different ways or the correct ways to drink it. So the idea is more than selling the product to create an experience, a cultural experience around it.
And
Nice.
I hope the people will get an important message when they live abroad, so they got prepared while they're living there. Thank you.
Thank you to you, and I hope that we will talk soon again.
Yes, of course. Bye, Mafe.
Bye.